Please welcome this week's special guest, Cathy. Welcome, Cathy. So, Jon, what is Cathy to you?
This is Cathy, and we crashed into each other while we were both on our driving test.
Sarah, how do you know Cathy?
This is my friend Cathy. We fooled the newspapers into reporting that she'd been left under the spell of a hypnotist at a hen party.
And, Lee, what about you?
This is Cathy. She's the hotel receptionist that I had to phone from my room when I found a peacock in my hotel room.
So there we have it. Jon's pranged motorist, Sarah's newspaper prankster, or Lee's peacock remover. David, where would you like to start?
Jon, your
Hi.
Driving test, how did the crash happen? What manoeuvre were you attempting?
I was pulling out of a junction onto a carriageway, but then I saw a car, so I stopped, and she drove into the back of me.
Basically, two driving tests in convoy, as it were.
Yeah, well, you do the same route from the same driving school, don't you? When you go to get your exam.
Did you fail your test, Jon?
We both had to have our tests annulled because of the accident.
Annulled?
That usually involves the Pope, doesn't it?
When was this, Jon?
I just had to renew my licence, so 11 years ago.
11 years ago, OK. Cathy hasn't changed the number in 11 years.
She described it as weird, what had happened, and I remember thinking it wasn't weird. You hit me. So she said we should keep numbers, jokingly, and said, so that we don't get our test on the same day next time. Lol.
Yeah. Did people say lol 11 years ago?
Yeah, it was just coming in then.
Right.
Before we even knew you could write it down.
Yeah. Sarah, why did you... what's the story here? What?
The disinterested policeman.
I think you mean uninterested policeman. All good policemen are disinterested.
Yes, good point.
Not an amusing point.
But grammatically, an absolute belter.
Yeah.
What's the difference between what does disinterested
Disinterested
mean?
means impartial. Uninterested means bored.
I think I know which one the audience is.
Sorry, please continue.
So, Sarah, you fooled the newspapers about a hypnotist at a hen party.
Fooled the newspapers into reporting that she had fallen under a spell put under by the hypnotist at the hen party.
And what was the nature of the spell? What did Cathy think she was?
Every now and again she would just burst into song as Madonna.
So how did you then fool the paper? You just phoned them up?
Just phoned them up and told them, and...
They printed it.
they came out and did a photo shoot, the local paper.
Did it end up in any national paper?
Yeah, it ended up in most of the national papers.
Seriously?
Most? Yep.
Was Cathy photographed? Was she in the paper looking Madonna-esque?
Yes, she was.
David, are you satisfied with your witness? Would you like to move on?
So what about Lee?
You found a peacock in your hotel bedroom.
Yes, I found a peacock in my hotel room. Yeah.
Did they have ornamental grounds?
They had some sort of ornamental grounds to a degree. They definitely had peacocks.
Did you hear the peacock?
I woke up in the morning, it was ground floor, and, you know, like most blokes who sleep on their own hotels, it can get a bit whiffy, all right? So I opened the French doors that were in the room.
I
opened the French doors. So I go into the swimming pool, which is very near my room. I come back with the dressing gown on. I walk in, and there's a peacock in my room.
Yeah, did he do the thing with his tail?
He saw me, and he sort of went like that, and I think his tail went up a little bit, and then he sort of ran around a bit, and then he sort of got a bit flustered, and I tried to waft him out the door.
Yeah.
I was a bit panicking, because I know a peacock doesn't sound very threatening, but it's one of those things that, in your room, suddenly becomes terrifying.
So, now you've tried to waft the peacock out, and then you ring reception, Cathy answers.
Yes.
What do you say?
I said, this is a bit weird, but there's a peacock in my room. And she said, oh, yeah, they do that a lot, believe it or not.
Right.
And she came round. She sort of just literally sort of was more assertive than me.
She wafted it with a bit more gumption.
Stop saying waft, it was a bit more masculine than that. I said waft once and you haven't let it go, have you?
She used the pillow, made a few noises,
the pillow
and the peacock went out.
The peacock went out, and then shut the she even shut the doors for me. I was like, I could have done that.
It was a takeover bid by the Peacocks to distract Cathy. When she got back to reception, 50 peacocks there. This is our hotel now.
I just think... I just think a receptionist would phone someone else, another member of staff, to deal with
It wasn't a big 5-star hotel. It was a sort of, you know, I don't know what star it was, but it was a sort of... It was more casual, the hotel, than you're imagining.
No. Peacocks are in very posh places and very formal places.
Very rural places, generally.
No. It's not like you don't farm peacocks.
Yes, you do. People do farm peacocks.
What? OK, yes. The English countryside is covered in massive flocks of peacocks.
No, but they do farm
all
peacocks.
the peacock milk we endlessly drink.
It has to be all or nothing.
There's nothing more informal and laid back and basically hippie-ish than those hotels with peacocks milling around. In and out of the rooms, and the occasional panicky comedian won't join in, won't pal up with the peacock.
Say it, go on, I don't want to say it.
Tries to waft
Waft
it
it
out. And the only member of staff in the hotel has to come and make noises with the pillow.
Do you know what?
And apologise to the peacock later and say, we won't let him stay here again. He's all stuck up.
So, we need an answer. David's team. Is Cathy John's unfortunate learner driver, Sarah's hypnotised hoaxer, or Lee's receptionist to the rescue?
Well, you see, if we take Cathy, though, as the core of this whole thing...
Yeah.
I think Cathy looks too alternative and cool to work in a small, anonymous hotel.
Do you know what I'd say to that, Frank? Have you ever noticed sometimes you're talking to the receptionist at a hotel and they seem one thing, and you see them in the local pub later that night, and they can be quite punky. Right, David, decision time. What are you going to say?
Bill, what do you think?
I would think that it could be the peacock rescue.
I can see her doing all the moves for Madonna. I can see her with 3 muscular black men behind her doing a synchronised dance.
So can she, by the look of it.
I think it's Sarah's. I think it's a local paper scam.
The local, that's what you're going for?
Yeah.
OK. Cathy, would you please reveal your true identity?
Hi, I'm Cathy, and together, Sarah and I fooled the local papers with our fake hypnotism story.
Wow. It was in the national press, it went in the Star and the Express, but it was biggest news on the Shields Gazette, where it was front page news. There it is. Thank you very much, Cathy.